Where do people derive meaning in their lives? That is such a big question. I honestly can't, for the life of me, understand it. Sometimes it just feels like you'll never really achieve what you want because you may have such a long history with, you know, limit. And we all have these lofty goals, especially when we're younger and wishes for where we'll be in life. But it's like once you start getting older and things start happening, you realize that's probably not going to be it. So if that's not it, then what do you do? Where is your meaning? Where is your purpose? Um, I think that one of the biggest things hurting people now, and not just me, but everybody, is one of them is loss of meaning and purpose in life. Feeling as if all the days blend together and everything is the exact same, and whatever you do, it doesn't really matter. Will have no effect. But that problem exists, but it doesn't exist like on its own. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It exists with context of other problems, like loneliness, where, especially if you're someone like me, you're starting to see way more and more these like videos, these bedroom videos, sort of like what I'm making right now, of people who are lamenting loneliness at whatever age it may be, and saying, people told me the same things that some people told me, right? Like, oh, it was going to be better. You'll find your people. You'll find your niche. It doesn't always happen. So if it doesn't always happen like that, just the same as you don't always achieve your goals like you want, then what? If you truly don't have anybody to share life with, then, you know, what is life all about? Because you can achieve, but then remember, we are not achieving the things that we wanted to. So if you don't achieve the things that you want to, if you don't have anybody to share it with, then what? That's where your purposelessness and meaninglessness comes in. And it's a very profound feeling. It almost feels like being in a wrestling match. I don't know, some of you guys probably do wrestle or grapple, but it feels like just a constant pressure. And here, like the throat area, the chest area, feels like you are constantly being strangled and deprived of oxygen, while only being let a tiny amount for whatever you may need to be doing. Um, Sometimes you will have a panic attack and you struggle to even move forward. And I guess for everybody else, if we just want to call it three things that truly affect people, that truly make things hard for people, we can just add like a miscellaneous option. For me, global events definitely cause extra hurt and heartache and pain because they affect how we live our life. Uh, there are certain policies in place in our country and abroad that actively make everyone's life worse, that cause the loneliness and meaningless problems because we refuse to create societies that are collective or communal. We only refuse, we outright demonize people who do that. And so when we create societies based on hierarchies and who can outdo and outcompete others, where mistakes are punished fervently, almost with no active recourse, where luck determines so much of where you go and what you can do. You get people like me and people like others who might be on your For You page, and we're certainly on mine, get left behind. Don't have enough money, you have no friends, you have no meaning, you have no purpose. Now, lastly, uh, before I sign off, one thing that is really funny about this stuff is just how many people allegedly have no friends. And you can almost be watching this and it can almost feel like an oxymoron. How could that possibly be? If you're like me, your For You page, there are at least 7 new people a week that you had never heard of previously that all have like in between 1,000 and 10,000 subscribers that are lonely, just having friends at whatever age. And you are questioning how that could possibly be. It definitely, it's like a cruel poetic irony. It seems like it shouldn't exist, but again, it does because of the way we've built our societies. And I feel like, in closing, the only thing we can do is try to find as many of these people as possible and try to rebuild in a way that is more equitable and fair and just for everybody, regardless of background or gender or any other characteristics, mutable or otherwise. I feel like all of us who are on the ground, who are struggling, can at least agree on that, can't we? So I feel like if you are watching this video, try to reach out to people if you can. And don't just reach out, get deep with them if possible. If not, put it in the comments. Somebody will read it. Somebody will like it. Somebody will relate to it. And we can have a space that we share for everyone equally, forever, or something like that. Take care, guys.